So in today's video, we're going to discuss Sony's possibly clever strategy that maybe I'm the only one seeing because I'm crazy. To me, it seems Sony has a bunch of cards and they're playing them at specific points to keep focus on what they want you to focus on. But first, let me know in the comments if Sony ever does decide to release their exclusives day and day with PC, would you move over to the PC? Microsoft is already doing this, and if Sony did it, would you have any reason to stick around on consoles? So, comment below, if Sony started releasing their exclusives day and day with PC, would you just get a PC at that point? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into today's story, Sony released some pretty major news yesterday regarding a long-heard rumor, and I'm sure you guys have heard about it by now because every website covered it to death yesterday. But if you haven't, here are the quick highlights from yesterday. Sony's new worldwide studios head, Herman Hultz, was interviewed for the first time since getting his new role, and that interview was published to the PlayStation blog. In it, he discussed how his role was going, talking about how great Dreams PS4 has been doing, the new studio head changes that have happened recently, like the Sony Santa Monica studio head change, discussing the Uncharted movie, which he confirmed starts filming this month. He also talked about the Last of Us TV show, and he confirmed more shows and movies are coming beyond the ones announced. And then we have the big one. Horizon Zero Dawn is coming to PC this summer, and this is where things get interesting. But on a side note for that topic, he stated that Sony isn't going to start releasing exclusives day and day with PC. They're very much committed to dedicated hardware, and this was just a special instance, and I'll get back to that point later on in the video. But to keep going, think about how the last 5 days have been going. I have 2 points where it seems like Sony was trying to take control of the narrative, and we'll jump into both of these points. One, the AMD conference last week. On March 5th, 2020, AMD had their financial conference, and in it, they discussed some pretty big news regarding next gen. One big piece of news was RDNA 2, which I covered last week. Now, on that same day, Sony released information regarding Ghost of Tsushima's release date and that there is a Last of Us TV show in the works. Since then, not many major websites have covered the AMD news, which was curious to me, and I tweeted about it a few days ago. On that day, mainstream sites focused on the Last of Us TV show and the Ghost of Tsushima release date and not the AMD conference. I'm not sure why Sony released their big news on the same day, because what most got out of that conference is that the PS5 will be using RDNA 2. So did Sony not want people to know they're using RDNA 2 just yet? That's just a theory there. And the second point is the Ori and the Will of the Wisps embargo. For people who don't know, this is Xbox's latest big exclusive game, which had its review embargo end yesterday, and the reviews for the game have been high. The game has been well received. Outside of some bugs players have experienced with the game, it's currently sitting at a 91 on Metacritic. And what does Sony do? They release another piece of major news yesterday, as we know, with the Herman Hultz interview, Horizon Zero Dawn going to PC, and that more PlayStation-based TV shows and movies are coming. It seems like Sony is trying to control the narrative recently, but maybe it's just me. But also think about, why didn't Sony just release this Herman Hultz interview on last week? Why is this so close together, 5 days apart? Why not just release everything in one day? It's clear that they broke down these two pieces for 2 specific days, but maybe I'm crazy on that topic. But one final note I want to add to this video is the possibility of Horizon Zero Dawn 2 being a PS5 launch title. Now, we've heard rumors of Horizon Zero Dawn 2 being a PS5 launch title, so I won't go over those, but for me it seems like a possibility, more so now considering the release of the complete edition of the first game on PC. As Herman Hultz said in the interview, their objective with this release is to show non-PlayStation gamers what they're missing out on PlayStation. So it makes sense to me to release this in the summer, months before the release of the PlayStation 5, to give people time to try out the game. And if Horizon Zero Dawn 2 is a launch title, it could sway people to picking up the PlayStation 5 instead of the competition to play the sequel. It's also been more than 3 years since the original game released, and by the time the PlayStation 5 comes out, it'll be a few months away from being 4 years. So I would say it's been long enough to produce the sequel. But with all of this, I could just be crazy, and you guys can let me know in the comments what you agree with, what you don't agree with. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with Horizon PS5 Launch. Because honestly, it seems like it's likely that we'll get Horizon Zero Dawn 2 as a launch title, and if you're a fan of the original game and feel the same way, destroy the comment section with Horizon PS5 Launch, and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now, I'll check you guys out on the next one.